forest, Kona Baridi Forest Station. Leo ni siku ya Attorney General pamoja na afisi yake ya kupanda miti kwa ule mpangilio wa baraza la mawaziri, ambapo Mheshimiwa Attorney General ameweza kuwa assigned kila Jumatatu ya pili ya mwezi. So every second Monday of the month, the Attorney General and the entire State Law Office are supposed to be in this particular site, which is the site assigned to him. And the same applies to each and every cabinet secretary, including the Executive Office of the President, led by the head of the Public Service. The reason for this is because we have, by intention, taken a frontline approach to the 15 billion tree growing plan. The 15 billion tree plan is to green our country, to restore our degraded ecosystems, and it is again plain for all to see that it is a very, very serious need across the country. And it comes at no better time than when we are just recovering from the worst flooding ever to be witnessed in this country. And we are hoping that with this exercise, we will bring everybody on board, individual Kenyans, private sector, all ministries, departments and agencies of government, the county governments. We really want to seek the support of the governors also to take a frontline approach, because this is one of the surest ways to make sure that we combat the climate crisis. In terms of protection, because I have been very intentional and my team to say that we are moving away from just planting trees to actually growing trees, meaning we plant and make sure we have a plan to nurture the trees into maturity. I am really encouraged and happy with the progress made by the Attorney General and the State Law Office. You guys of the press, you can see the difference between a place that is fenced off and protected and one that is not fenced off and protected. You see, this is a livestock grazing, let me not call it a livestock grazing area. The communities around this forest are pastoralists. And of course, their main economic activity here is livestock farming. The last time I was here, I said that we are really looking critically at the issue of sustainability of every other activity that we allow the communities to do in the forests. Within our Forest Management and Conservation Act, we actually have special uses and special access rights for forest adjacent communities. But the truth of the matter is there is wanton abuse of these rights. And one of those rights is the grazing. And my discussions with the communities and even the leadership is for a site such as this, assigned for restoration, it is incompatible with livestock grazing. And there's no question about that. What we have to do, and I have had in meetings with the foresters across the country, and we are going to bring in the community forest associations. We have guidelines on sustainable access rights for communities in the forest, but they have been abused. And we are just going to tighten the noose on the abuse that is subjected to the special use rights for communities, including grazing. I will be issuing a public notice later today to detail the confines within which anyone or any community can be allowed to access the forest, either for grazing or even for other income generating activities like beekeeping. The other huge abuse that we have seen happening, we have people who say they are indigenous communities. There is no law anywhere that allows anybody, by whichever tag, to get into a gazetted forest, do cultivation, or build homes. We even have people in gazetted forest who are leasing gazetted forest. And I say leasing. We have people who say they are indigenous peoples, they are inside forests, they have constructed permanent houses. There is no law that allows for that. So we are going to continue with operations that we are doing across the country to make sure that as we move forward to restore our degraded forest through the tree planting, then everybody will be hands-on in terms of protection. And we are going to need the support of the communities across the country. And I'm happy Mheshimiwa Tuya is here. He's one of those that has been really pressing me about the livestock story. So maybe he has something to say.